Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Expressive Tone TV, conveying your thoughts and feelings to the world. Compliments of the season to all my friends, my viewers, my subscribers, my family, my loved ones. Those of you that have been watching my channel, I say God bless you in Jesus' name. Peter Obi, in his New Year message, has encouraged the Nigerians that they should not give up on Nigeria, that a new Nigeria is possible. And I know by the grace of God that it will happen in our time, in the name of Jesus. So many of us have given up on this country. Please, I want to encourage us that we should not give up. Peter Obi said a new Nigeria is possible, and I believe him. In the same vein, Kenneth Okonkwo, who is one of the legal advisors of the Labour Party, has also said that Peter Obi is the shadow president of Nigeria, that every of his agenda was to save the country. If only the government that is in place right now can follow this agenda, that we will have a new Nigeria. Please listen as they speak. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.
Candidate in the 2023 general elections, Peter Obi, says his party will continue to adjust to a new role as Nigeria's main opposition party. According to Obi, the Labour Party shall remain firmly in opposition and keep the APC on its toes to protect the interests of Nigerians. Obi, according to former governor of Anambra State, he was the former governor, and a new Nigeria is possible, he says, in spite of the many unfulfilled aspirations of citizens. He's noted that the Nigerian economy needs a turnaround, considering the rising unemployment, inflation, poverty, inequality, and other key socioeconomic variables. Well, for a conversation on which of PDP and the Labour Party are the main opposition party, well, we're being joined now by former spokesperson for the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, Kenneth Okonkwo. Good to have you on Newsday. Thanks for joining us, and a very happy New Year to you.
Thank you very much. I wish you same, and I wish Happy New Year to Nigerians.
We surely hope it will be a better year than the previous one. In our fledgling democracy, it seems that we need to stand tall, and the Labour Party has come out to say that they are the championing opposition party. In what ways are the Labour Party going to be challenging the status quo and keeping their feet on the necks of the APC and the ruling party in order to make sure that there's some kind of balance within this political ecosystem we currently function?
Oh, well, basically, taking you back to the times of the campaign, you would remember that Peter Obi was the person that crafted the 7-point agenda that all these other parties are copying from, albeit doing a terrible job out of it. You remember he was the one who came out as a candidate and defended his 7-point agenda, which included securing and uniting Nigeria, as you know, production-centered growth for self-sufficiency and export. And as you know, he talked about effective and efficient legal and institutional reform to ensure, 1, cutting out wastage in government, 2, reducing cost of governance, preventing corruption, and importantly, building an honest and efficient civil service. He talked about leapfrogging Nigeria out of oil dependency to the 4th Industrial Revolution, and human capital development and expanding physical infrastructure and robust foreign policy. If you check all these people now, the presidential candidates, you discover that they were simply copying from him without learning the routes that he wanted to achieve these things. Now, apart from his knowing exactly what he wanted, he had the commensurate competence, capacity, and character to drive it, which is lacking in all these people. And Nigerians bought into that particular agenda of his. That's why he's the only person that scored 25% in all these 6 geopolitical zones, including the Federal Capital Territory. None of the candidates won more states than he did, even by the allocated results by INEC. So you discover that's why he is saying, I know Nigerians, I know what Nigerians want. We now are the effective opposition party. And look at the New Year message by the president, seated now in Aso Rock. He said Nigerians are expecting him to revamp the economy, to revitalize the industrial sector, to restore security, and to boost agricultural products. Now, this is exactly offshoots of the 7-point agenda, telling you that Nigerians had bought into the agenda of P2B. That is what they wanted. That is what any government that wants Nigeria to accept it should implement. That is what they are failing to do. So he is actually the shadow president. If you talk about the parliamentary system, that's how they describe effective opposition leaders. He has earned it because he knew what he wanted to do. Nigerians have bought into it. And he and Labour Party, coming 3 months before the election, they still won better in a more spread form the votes of Nigerians. So he has earned that accolade of being the effective opposition leader. And I can tell you that he will do it effectively well, pending when Nigerians will realize the dream of a new Nigeria through him.
Now, some analysts believe it's a bit too early, to talk about the Labour Party being the main opposition party, considering how long the PDP has been in existence, its nationwide reach, and the fact that it was once a ruling party. So is it really the Labour Party that is the main opposition party now, or is it Peter Obi that is the main opposition figure at the moment?
Well, in all honesty, PDP is not in existence in the political realm of Nigeria. Because let's take an example of what is happening in PDP. A presidential aspirant of PDP, who is the first runner-up during the primary election of PDP, and who vowed that he will never leave PDP no matter what, is now a minister in APC, telling you that PDP has totally been usurped by APC. There are 3 things that rule politics: the head, the heart, and the stomach. The head provides the logic, the heart, the sentiment. The stomach is for whatever goes, anything goes. So when a party has reduced itself to the party of stomach infrastructure, which some of their governors actually publicly said is their policy, then you know that that party can never and would never be an effective opposition party. P2B has made it clear. He's not desperate about being Nigerian president. He's desperate about bringing a new Nigeria. And that is why he's effective, both as opposition and as a ruling person. When he was in Anambra State, he was very effective, turned a dead economy to a living economy till date. If he becomes the president, that's what he would have done. You cannot be an effective opposition leader if you do not have what it takes to be an effective president if you were given a chance. So PDP, being a party of stomach, a party of whatever goes, is no longer existing in the political realm and minds of Nigerians. I keep saying it. Obi is not the alternative option. Obi is the only option. Now, he is of Labour Party. In Nigeria, independence candidacy is not allowed. You have to operate within the sphere of a political party. And his political party now is Labour Party. There is no need denying the fact that the entrance of Obi energized and reinvigorated Labour Party. Labour Party has been existing. It has produced a governor and produced some members of the National Assembly and State Assembly even before now. Remember, it is the party of NLC and TUC. So it's been existing. But entrance of P2B gave it that national outlook and made it a party that Nigerians can trust. So if you would allow me, I would want you to concede to the fact that the only effective opposition today is both Obi and Labour Party.
Well,
and that is why we are keeping the ruling party on their feet.
Well, I'm glad you touched on that because I wanted to bring that up. Peter Obi being the proverbial rock star of the political sphere, especially during the electoral season and amongst the youth. We saw him skyrocket and, of course, pull up the Labour Party from virtual obscurity. Now the elections are over, the dust has settled. We're looking for an opposition, but Peter Obi still is the only shining jewel in the crown of the Labour Party. He can't do it all on his own, as has been shown from the election circuit and how it all played out. So what are other members of the Labour Party going to do in order to help shoulder some of this burden from Peter Obi, who is the major flag bearer of the party? I mean, you're yourself excluded as you're doing your own work in your own corner here to promote the good work of the Labour Party. But who are the other key leaders in the Labour Party who can share some of this spotlight and burden and continue to keep the APC and I guess the PDP on their toes?
Yes, being honest, remember, P2B is the head. And whatever the head consistently continues to do, other people will gradually follow up. Remember, and as you have noted rightly, when we started this new Nigeria and the chase for it, everybody came into Labour Party and we were just knowing each other. And old habits, even from the people that carried some baggages from the other parties, there will still be some droplets and remnants. And as they continue to see Obi lead by example, they will certainly follow. If we can get the president and the presidency correct in this country, every other thing will follow. If we do not get the presidency and the president correct, nothing will work. Because by the Constitution, the executive powers of the Federation are vested in the president. One person. And the Constitution is so elaborate on the powers of the president. We have one armed forces. We have one police force. And he's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Look at the terrible thing the current administration is doing in terms of security. More than 200 persons, for instance, died in Plateau State for a disease, for a problem that is foreseeable and has been there existing. Let me tell you, tackling the security situation of Nigeria is very easy because it has criminal dimension, ethnic dimension, religious dimension, and political dimension. Whoever wants to solve the security problem of Nigeria must be blind to ethnicity, to religion, and to politics. It is only when you're blind, like that blind woman of justice, blinded and carrying the sword, that you can effectively cut off the heads of all these people that are trying to destroy Nigeria. It is political because some of these people actually sponsor political parties and sponsor candidates in order that when they start perpetrating their insecurity on Nigeria, that such political people will look the other way. It is ethnic and religious in the sense that when those people come, they wouldn't want to invade the places that share the same ethnicity and religion with them so that they won't be blackmailed. But the foundation of the insecurity is purely criminal. It is the quest for resources. It is the quest for land. People from the desert area, naturally, when they are lacking because of the non-fertility of their soil, they start moving south, and they want to, whether by good means or bad means, they want to take over the fertile land or be accommodated. And